Students, now we are going to see workshop of the poem The Pilgrim. Question number 1. Pick out words from the poem to fill in the web diagram. They should be related to the theme in the web. In first web, there is given word travel. Some related words to travel are 1. Highway, 2. Journey, 3. Path, 4. Way. Next web is time around sunset. Words are evening, close of the day, twilight, and eventide. You have to draw these two webs in your notebook and write answers. Question number 2. The poem is entirely metaphorical or implied comparison. Match the words in column A with what they imply in column B. Column A and column B both are given here. First A, 1. Pilgrim, a dutiful man. 2. Journey, life. 3. Evening or close of day, old age. 4. Chasm, deep and wide, threat to life. 5. Building a bridge, solving a problem. 6. Pitfall, trap. 7. Close of day, death. Question number 3A. Write the qualities of each of the following. 1. The old pilgrim. The qualities are old, experienced, helpful. 2. The fellow pilgrim. Qualities are curious, puzzled, thoughtless. 3. The young pilgrim. Young, frightened, inexperienced. Question 3B. Answer in your own words. Question number 1. Why did the old man have no need to build the bridge across the chasm? Answer. The old man had no need to build the bridge across the chasm because he had already crossed the chasm and would never pass that way again. Question number 2. What explanation did the old man give to the fellow pilgrim for his thoughtful deed? Answer. The old man said that though he had already crossed the chasm, there was a fair-haired youth who was about to pass that way. The old man was experienced and was not afraid of the chasm. However, the young man was inexperienced and the chasm could prove to be a pitfall for him. He too had to cross it at twilight, and the old man was building a bridge to help this youth. Next question. What message does the poem convey to all of us? The answer is, the message that the poem conveys to us is that we must be generous and unselfish and think of others. We must try to help others who are not as experienced as we are. Question 4A, rhyming words and rhyme scheme we have already solved. Now question 4C. Find two lines that contain inversion. First line, came at evening cold and grey, to a chasm deep and vast and wide. Second line, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. These two lines have inversion. Now we are going to see margin questions. Question number 1. What did the pilgrim do although he had already crossed the chasm? Answer is, the old pilgrim built the bridge across the ravine or chasm although he had already crossed the chasm. Question number 2. What puzzled the fellow pilgrim? Answer is, The old pilgrim had already crossed the chasm and would never pass that way again. Yet he was building a bridge across the chasm. The fellow pilgrim could not understand the reason for this and was hence puzzled. Question number 3. What could be the third pilgrim? Answer is the third pilgrim could be the young, inexperienced youth. See paraphrase of the poem. The name of the poem, The Pilgrim. An old pilgrim is walking along a deserted highway on a cold and grey evening. He reaches a deep and wide ravine. The old man crosses the ravine in the dim twilight. He is experienced and not afraid of it. However, when he reaches the other side safely, he stops and builds the chasm across the ravine and the flowing water. A fellow traveler asks him why he is wasting his time building the bridge. For his journey is over and he will never pass that way again. The fellow traveler is puzzled and asks again why the pilgrim, who has already crossed the deep and wide ravine, is building a bridge so late in the evening. The pilgrim raises his old grey head and explains his reasons. He says that there is a fair-haired youth behind him who has to take the same path that he has. The old pilgrim was experienced and was not afraid of crossing the ravine. However, the fair-haired youth is inexperienced and there may be the traps ahead for him. He too would have to cross the ravine in the dim twilight, and the old man was building a bridge to help this youth. The underlying meaning is the poem is that those who have faced the difficulties of life successfully and are experienced must be unselfish and help those who are inexperienced and may face difficulties. In this way, we have seen paraphrase of the poem. Now we are going to see rhymes or rhyming words from the poem. Way, grey, wide, side, tide, dim, him. Near, here, day, way, wide, tide. Head, said, me, be, dim, him. Now we are going to see about rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A, B, C, B, B. Rhyme scheme of the second stanza is D, A, B. Rhyme scheme of the third stanza is E, A, Yaf, C. Now we are going to see next poetic device, figures of speech. Tautology. To a chasm deep and vast and wide. Here, two similar meanings words, vast and wide, are used in the same statement, so it is the example of tautology. Next is personification. A pilgrim going a lone highway. Being lonely is a human quality, but it has given to highway, so it is the example of personification. Next is interrogation. Why waste your time in building here? It is an interrogation or rhetorical question. Poet uses such kind of questions to give the poetic effect. This question or such kind of questions do not expect answer, so that are called rhetorical questions. This statement is a rhetorical question.